Same thing with another virtual machine, sliding down so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to put it in the same resource group, so I'm looking for my resource group, virtual network, and it's 2. There I go, right there. And I'm going to name this virtual machine, so very easy for me. So I have virtual machine 3, and now I have virtual machine 4, keeping it in the same region. I'm going to use the same image again. I'm going to go to my 2019 Windows server. That's my size, it's fine. I'm going to go add my administrator account username. Typing in a password. Verifying that password. Sliding down. Again, I need inbound port rules to say allow selected ports because I'm going to ping these machines. They're my options again. I'm just picking RDP. Everything else is the same. I'm just going to show you just so we know. Premium SSD. Going to the networking options, I'm going to keep the default. It's using the same virtual network as if you remember, VNet 2. Keeping all the other settings as default, so the subnet, the public IP. It is warning me that all IP addresses will have access to my virtual machine, which I'm aware of. Let's review and create. First validation is passed. I'm going to go ahead and create. So let's go to that resource. I'm going to verify it's running. So this is VM4, and it's in the same resource group. I'm going to search for the first one I created, so it's VM3. Let's take a look. There it is. I'm going to go take a look at that. Remember, we checked it's running. I'm going to connect to this virtual machine or try to connect. So I'm going to go to connect. I'm going to do an RDP connection. And I'm going to download an RDP file. File is downloaded. Let's open it to connect. It is warning me that this publisher of this remote connection cannot be verified. Do I want to continue? And I'm going to say yes, I'm aware. I'm going to sign in with my admin account. Put in my password. It's warning me again, it cannot be verified, the identity of the remote computer. I'm aware, I'm going to go in. Here I am in my virtual machine 3. Let's go in. I'm going to get to PowerShell, searching for it in the bottom here. There it is there, and I'm going to sign in as admin. Here I am in my PowerShell session. It's just starting up. There I go. And that's my user that I'm signed in with. So I'm going to now try to ping the other machine. And if you recall, that was VM4. So I'm typing ping VM4, enter. So request timed out. Timed out again. So it's timed out. It sent 4 packets. So it's not able to connect. And the reason why it's not able to connect, Windows Firewall by default blocks ICMP requests. We're going to have to go back into that virtual machine and allow ICMP requests. We're back in the portal now, and I'm going to go to my VM4. Let's search for it. There it is. Now I'm going to connect to this virtual machine, and then I'm going to allow ICMP requests. So I'm going to connect, RDP, download the RDP file. There it is, they're loading. Let's open it up. Again, it's giving me that warning. The publisher of this remote connection cannot be verified. I'm going to connect. I need to sign in again. Again, another warning. The identity of the remote computer cannot be verified. I'm going to continue. Here I am in Virtual Machine 4, so let's run PowerShell again. I'm going to run as admin again. Here I am in PowerShell. I'm now logged in as admin user. I'm going to paste in that command that will allow that ICMP connection. So I'm allowing a new net firewall rule. Display names allow ICMP4. Taking a look at what we see, it has been enabled. Now we're going to go back to the virtual machine, first one, virtual machine 3, and we're going to ping it again. I'm back in the portal in VM3, and I'm going to connect again using RDP to my virtual machine. And then I'm going to ping virtual machine 4 again. I'm going ahead, open that file, sign in. Going back to PowerShell, signing in as admin. So let's try again to ping virtual machine 4. As you can see, it connected with virtual machine 4 times. 4 packets sent, 4 received. So because I allowed that ICMP connection on virtual machine 4, I'm now able to connect. Congratulations! We've just successfully completed this lab. We created a virtual network, created 2 virtual machines in it, tried to ping the first one. It did not let us because of the Windows firewall security. So we went ahead and allowed an ICMP connection to that virtual machine, which was virtual machine 4, and I just pinged it and it connected. We have a variety of database services in Azure, including Cosmos DB and SQL databases. Cosmos DB is a globally distributed database service that enables to elastically and independently scale throughput and storage across a number of Azure geographic regions. It's a non-SQL database. It allows you to take advantage of very fast millisecond database access using your favorite API tools such as SQL, Cassandra, MongoDB, and Gremlin, and it's the first and only service to offer 5 nines SLA. And then looking at our SQL database offerings, we have Azure SQL Database, which is a relational database as a service based on the latest stable version of Microsoft SQL Server. It's a high-performance, reliable, fully managed, and secure database. Azure Database for MySQL is a fully managed SQL relational database service for app developers based on the MySQL Community Edition. And then we have Azure Database for Postgres. It's a relational database based on the open-source Postgres database engine. We also have an Azure Database Migration Service. The Database Migration Service is a fully managed service designed to enable seamless migrations from multiple database sources to Azure with minimal downtime. Many organizations have SQL databases on premises. What if you could move those SQL databases into the cloud without having to touch the code, structure, and security? And what if that cloud database ran the same SQL software and was managed, patched, and maintained for you by Azure? That is Azure SQL Database Managed Instance. The goal for SQL Database is to provide customers wanting to move to the cloud with as close to possible zero-friction platform. It has a 99.9 uptime and a 99.99 parity with the on-premises SQL Server because it runs on the same source code. So instead of worrying about the expense to re-platform an application and database to run in the cloud, you could just move it to Azure SQL. Azure Managed Instance combines the broadest SQL Server database engine compatibility with all the benefits of a fully managed evergreen platform. SQL Managed Instance has a near 100% compatibility with the latest SQL Server Database Engine, Enterprise Edition. It provides a native virtual network implementation that addresses common security concerns and a business model favorable for existing SQL Server customers. It allows SQL Server customers to lift and shift their on-premises applications to the cloud with minimal application and database changes. At the same time, SQL Managed Instance preserves all past capabilities, including automatic patching, version updates, automated backups, high availability, all of which drastically reduce management overhead and TCO. The last thing we need to cover in this module is the Azure Marketplace. What is Azure Marketplace? It's where you can find, try, and provision Azure applications and services from certified service providers, Microsoft partners, independent software vendors, and startups. We have close to 10,000 products in the marketplace. Let's go take a look at where we can find it. We're back in the portal and we're going to look for a marketplace. Let's go search it up here. There it is. Let's click on it. So here is the marketplace. And here are some of the categories of the products we have. You can click on any one of them. Let's start at the top, maybe compute resources. And if I'm looking for a particular build of something I'm using, you can go more and more and more. You just keep looking. There's 10,000 products in here, products and services in here. Go back to some maybe database tools. Go into machine learning. Okay, that's Marketplace. You can search right at the top, and that's where I found it. How are you doing? We just covered global Azure regions, management groups, subscriptions, compute, networking, storage, and databases. That was a lot. I'm going to give you a chance to stretch your legs, refill that beverage, and come back and meet me for Module 3.